parade.
Okay, everybody, it's Jeff Eichen here, and we are going live already, and we're really excited about our going live today. And hopefully, we're going to have some incredible people come in today from all over the place. Um, we've got a lot going on actually today. So I'm going to show you my face here in a second here. So boom, 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 boom. If I can do the dance here. So we've um, got Ashley coming in here. And there's Ashley. Love you, Ashley. Thank you for coming today. So we are going to give me a little bit of space here. And today's show is going to be great. Um, we are going to have an incredible experience. We don't know who's going to come on today, but we're going to be doing a few announcements. I have from my trusty printer here. I have Cat King, which I'm going to try to see if Cat's coming on here, everybody. And we're going to go to our Instagram here, and we're going to go boom. Come on, Cat, come on in. Because Cat's really an incredible human. And let's see where we got Cat going here. So we got Cat, and we've got him three, boom. Now, boom. Okay. Okay, cool. So now we are going to see who else is coming. We've got the grass man. And so I am going to arrange
Why this is on.
a little art stuff here. We're going to mute my beautiful friend um, Natasha there, and we've got solo. We've got Mr. Perra here. Today's episode is imagine peace, everybody. Imagine there's no worries and wonders. I guess the divinity. I was going to read something from my cosmic book, but it kept talking about Jesus, and there was a lot of that, and so I it's a cosmic poetry book, and it's really cool. It's from outer space, but just think about the quantum of us praying for prisoners coming home and ending prohibition. We're going to be incredibly great. So Solo Breezy at Gmail. There you go. If you want to find Solo, he's going to give us a quote of the day. In fact, let's start off with Solo. Give us a quote of the day, Solo. Yeah, there. Knock, knock. Okay, give us a quote of the day, Solo. Say hi to Rodimus.
I can't talk. I'm at work. Give me a second. You're gonna have to wait.
I think he's working. I think he's working, Jeff. He's got.
Can you hear him? Can you hear him?
Yes, I can. Not
Solo, do
very
you
well,
have do you have time to give us a quote of the day?
dude, he's working right now. You got to
No, I know that.
understand.
So, slow down. I'm in charge here. Do you have a
Yeah,
quote
let
of the
me
day
post.
that you can do without getting fired?
Yeah, let me post it in the chat, and then you could say it online. Uncle
Oh, that'd be great.
Grasshopper.
That would be great.
Uncle
Okay.
Grasshopper. I sent you a friend request on Facebook. Accept it, Uncle.
Okay. Okay. Remind me. I'm all over the place. We got Cat King in the house. We got OG Grasshopper, and we've got Natasha Cannon Nurse back in the house. We hope you have some good Wi-Fi today, because you're always just and so in the old days when I was a kid, it was what walla walla bing bang.
Ooh, ting tang, walla walla, bang bang.
Yeah. So we're talking about the past, 1937, when marijuana was made illegal, everybody, and the present, which is we're trying to accelerate bringing our prisoners home. And this is the Reform and Cannabis News Report. And we have some really beautiful people coming on today. Next week is Women in Weed. Weeds Day, and we have Kat King coming on. Also, Kat's new to our show, but not new to the industry. So everybody, I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to do the para sound enabler. So Rodimus has told me you must push the optimize for video share sound button. So now I'm doing that, and I'm actually gonna actually unshare here because I saw one other button here. I have to put my okay, everything's good sounding and everything. So we're really blessed to have a Wednesday here with you all. We have Europe in the house from France Champagne. I'm not sure where Kat is, but when Kat brings her lovely self into the sound stage, she'll tell us where she's at. We have Jeannie 420, the Canon nurse. She's here all the way from Washington State with me. And Solo Breezy is, I guess, Midwest, and just the coolest dude I know, young man that's going to help us when we're not here. He's going to like take up the slack and, and bring your mama back, So we love you, Solo. Thank you for joining us today. I'm wearing my John Lennon t-shirt, my Imagine piece. And so imagine all the prisoners coming home, everybody. So I'm going to share my screen with you all and do our intro. It's just a short one today. And here we go. Okay, so boom. We're going to go right here. And we are going to go intro. Boom, boom. Open with quickie timey. So how's everybody doing today while we're letting this load? We're all computer geeks, so you get to see some back office with Jeff Eichen and Weeds Day. We're so proud to be part of the ending prohibition and bringing the prisoners home. So here's our intro for today. It's episode 129. Remember, next week is Women in Weeds Day, and hopefully we'll get some people that promise to come in today from MJ BizCon. I mean, if I was there, I'd be, hitting all the booths and doing what I'm going to tell you about pretty soon. We're going to be releasing some information about a new project that's old, but it's coming to fruition right now, today. Okay, here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen with Weeds Day. Let's free all the prisoners together. Hello, everybody. Today we're going to also be live from MJ BizCon. We have a few people on the floor there in Vegas. It's one of the biggest shows, but frankly, not a lot of freeing the prisoners and prison reform. So we're going to try to remedy that today with a great announcement of my new movie that we're going to be casting soon with all the prisoners and their families. So look out for us, and we love you all so much for being supportive to Weeds Day always. You can donate to us at relief-foundation.org, and that would be great. RELEAF, and love and light, everybody. Okay, thanks so much for joining us today on Weeds Day. Happy parade. Okay, everybody.
That was tight. That was tight, Jeff.
That was tight, baby.
You threw me for a loop because I thought your video wasn't playing, and then I saw the three fingers come up, and I was like, "Oh, that is the video." And then you ended it nice and sweetly with the little refrain, and that was lovely, Jeff. Good job.
And no whales.
Exactly. I didn't want to say that. But yeah.
Hey, listen, everybody. This is my beautiful friend from France, Rodimus Para. We've been together for some 30-odd plus years, and I was at his wedding in John Travolta's old airplane. They jumped out, and it was really fun, and I was strapped to the door and had my Hasselblad, whatever. It was just, we've had a lot of time together, and now we're doing some back office stuff. We're working together as elders because we're 60 plus right now, and we're eating good together. Yeah, we're working good together. Jack Terror is gone, and it's up to us to make his dream come true. you know, and to finish his work from the Emperors. I don't have my copy of the Emperors here right now, but what I do have is proof right in this thing. Does anybody know what I'm about to show you on hemp paper?
It's something really special.
Does anybody know what I'm about to show you, everybody?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
something really special.
Jeannie, what? Tell us. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Jeannie. Unmute, because I'm about to.
Is it the Constitution?
Declaration.
Declaration of
Of
Independence.
independence.
Okay, so this is proof that the good old boys, and this is on hemp paper. I was in, you know, be quiet, everybody. Don't let anybody know. I actually did one of those Mission Impossible things. I came down on a string and I got this. So this is the original. So, bum bum ba bum bum ba da 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 on Weed
Hooray!
Day. So don't arrest me. Don't put me in jail. Just know that hemp makes paper. It makes hempcrete for building houses, which has an R value better than gypsum or concrete, and it doesn't F the planet when you're getting limestone and concrete. So it's natural. Nobody should be in jail for a plant. Okay, and let's see if I can find. Oh, I've got 7 chats. I'm going to find our quote of the day from Solobrisi, our really incredible young cannabis graduate. Okay, so it is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Aristotle. And I've been following the light my whole lifetime, everybody. Some of you may know or not know that I got to meet Ansel Adams when I was a child. So I recommend you finding your mentor, your desire in life. What is your legacy you want to be if you're in your 20s or 30s? And go find that master of dance, of music, of art, or science, and they'll open the door for you. I got to meet Ansel Adams, everybody, to do my black and white photography. Not to go off marijuana, but I will show you one of my photographs, everybody. This is one of my photographs here, just of humans out there. And that's Grandmother Aggie, everybody. And Grandmother Aggie, before she passed away, she said, Jeffrey, when she got in my car with her wheelchair, she said, Jeffrey, I'm going to be 95 next year. And she turned 95 and then left the planet. But we were blessed to be around beautiful souls. So go find your beautiful souls, everybody. And you know, I want to be like Mikey. That's like, you know, the when we were growing up, we had that saying, Rodimus and I, we're the elders in the room, not knowing where Cat King is, but we're there. We got Crazy Pop Mom coming on. And so I just want to welcome you all to a beautiful, beautiful Weeds Day. We're painting my porch purple. I watched Prince videos all night last night. I watched his players talk about him. So let's talk about the people that are not here. Jack Hare, we love you. He wrote The Emperors. He was one of the first people in our industry, in the reform industry. And then if you see my hat, everybody, I got this button. Can anybody read my button? Can you read my button, anybody? Everybody's muted.
I'm on
future
my
of
phone,
cannabis is
so I
feminist.
cannot see that.
The future of cannabis is feminist.
So that was at the Women in Cannabis Expo in San Francisco, and I'm going to do something really cool here. Jeannie, are you still on? Can we hear you, Jeannie? Let's hear you.
Yes, I am. Hello.
Okay, I'm going to give the show over to you while I go get my award. I won an award at the Women in Cannabis show because I'm wearing their button today. I'm going to go get my award. But Jeannie, why don't you take it on and tell us a little bit about Canna nurses and what their job is to help the vets and everybody else.
All right. Hi, everybody. I am Jeannie 420, the Canna Nurse Intern, because I haven't got my certification yet, but I am working on it. And what I do and what the other nurses do is we use compassion. We use compassion and we use the patient's medicine and we turn it into lovely food. I call it medible because it's medicine and it's edible. And when you give it to your pets, it's petables. And it's safe enough for a man. And even for children, and you cook and you give it to them in their food and in their drinks, and it helps them get through their day without necessarily having to choke or have a safety meeting, as some people prefer not to. Congratulations to Jeff.
I love congratulations.
Yes, hooray!
Okay, well, because we love our Genie 420, we are going to do the Rodimus dance.
Love you, Steph.
Okay, there we go.
What?
We got good sound today, correct, Dr. Rodimus? Okay, great. We got good sound today. So I'm excited to have everybody here today. Why don't we say hello to everybody here? Let's say hello to Miss Kat King. Kat King is, I think, in the car right now. So, Kat, can you unmute yourself and say hello and give us a little bit of your Google coordinates?
Hi. Hi, I'm Kat King, and I am currently in Jackson, Mississippi, actually helping with the medical cannabis movement here, which happens to be my home state as well. My history, I actually haven't lived here in 30 years. So this is me coming back home 100% on board to, help push things forward here in a conscious way.
That's fantastic. So you've been a supporter of freedom through cannabis and the cannabinoid system and medicinal for many years?
Yes, 30 years. I'm a 30-year cultivator. Actually, November 12th marked the 20th year of my arrest in California, where Normal and Bruce Margolin represented me in my case back in 2002. And I walked away with 3 cannabis felonies from that took me into 3 years of probation and all that stuff in California. So I did all of that way back then, sort of brought things to a halt in that regard. But I've always continued to be a mentor and work with, I'm an herbalist as well. So I've, been making products and herbal products for many years. Canada, Colorado, California, those were my main go-tos and still are for all things cannabis, and sort of trying to bring a lot of that knowledge back home now, and also work with social equity here and helping people get their expungements and all that kind of stuff down here, because I have one of those here too from the same year from that was tied to that case in California. So yeah, clearing all that up here now as well. And yeah.
So do we need to expunge you?
Well, I have people working on it in Mississippi. I did my own expungement in California in 2017 and finally got all of that completed. And the reducible felonies, they reduced to misdemeanors and then threw them out. And then the non-reducible conspiracy felony, they just threw it out in California. And that's the same charge I had conviction in Mississippi as conspiracy. So, which is a whole nother ball of wax. Don't need to go into how that
conspiracy used to be a really cool like movie plot. We would always like to see the conspiracy on movies.
Well, it kind of was, because I ultimately, and I can say this now, I ultimately, after 1 year of facing 10 to life in Mississippi while on formal probation in California for cannabis, I found out a year into it with a federal lawyer in Mississippi and a local one here, that I had 48 hours to come up with 35 grand to pay off the judge. And I never really talk about that on these shows, but I'm dealing with it currently. And that's what happened. And, my parents went with me. We walked into a courtroom with cash. We're the only people in there, and turned the money over. And I was free to go, but banned from Forest County, Mississippi, for a lifetime. So
Bless
that's
you,
sort of how
Kat,
that
and
resulted.
great to meet you. Bless
You
you, and great to
too.
meet you. Yeah.
Jeff, I met you at the hemp in California with Milan, the hemp day that we had out there with the largest
With the little
hemp farm
barbecue the night before at the pool.
and the cotton gin. The cotton gin turned into to the hemp factory.
That was one of the most fantastic hemp days of my life. I love that weekend.
That's where I met you. Yeah, I was helped put that together, and with the logistics and all of that for that event.
I heard somebody figured out the decorticator, and that Larry has bought the first hemp fabric from America now.
That's true. That is actually true.
Oh
So,
God.
yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff going on in that realm out there, and excited to be involved in that, and all things biochar and all of the good stuff that's coming from the education and the forward movement on the hemp side. And then on the cannabis side, I and it's not to toot my own horn, but to give you just a background of my last year and a half in California. I was operations manager and launched the largest indoor cultivation in the state. And it's now the second largest, but it was 340,000 square feet and pretty massive out in the desert, in Mojave Desert. So that was a very challenging job. I learned a lot. I learned a lot of of positions and things and responsibilities I might not want to take on. There are all kinds of standards and things that it turns out I have these days when it comes to spreading myself thin. I prefer to focus on one thing, and I had a CBD skincare line in 2018 out of Colorado. And I'm very passionate about being, an herbalist and helping people with their infusions and develop their product lines and things like that. So I'm working with a couple of amazing women down here that are also part of the social equity and diversity and inclusion programs down here. So, yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Well, we're really proud of you. I'm going to give you a little DJ horn here, boingo, and say that you're a beautiful soul, and we have so much. Let's see. Here's Solo saying, "I will keep in touch." We love you, Solo. Stay with us if you can. Don't lose your job. So Solo already texted us a couple of incredible sayings for today and quotes, and we'll read the second one soon. But right now we're with Kat. So I have here on my intro here for you, Kat, it says, owner of Petal Consultants in Mississippi, 30-year cultivator, OG in California, Colorado, and Canadian markets, and herbalist, yogi, and plant medicine mentor. I can't wait to meet you again, and I really appreciate you. We'll get back to you. And
yeah, thanks so much for having me here. I'm excited to listen in and hear everyone else talk about their experience and knowledge, and just share the high vibe energy. So thank you.
Yeah, on a small room, we can do that. We can walk around and share with each other. So let's see here. So we've got, let's go back. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go boom, and I'm going to, okay. So now that I'm loud and clear here and in the forefront, I'm going to show everybody my award that I got at the Women in Cannabis. I got this wooden plaque award here, and it was for the best fired up booth. Let's see if I can get the light on here. The best fired up booth, branded booth. So
I just have to say, Jeff, that's my friend Brooke Westlake that puts on that event and that conference. And I was supposed to be one of the speakers at her very first conference that was going to happen during COVID and got put off. But she is an amazing woman doing tons of stuff, and I'm super proud of her. And I just want to say it's awesome that you got to meet her and that you were honored in that way amongst all the amazing women there.
And what the heck? My sister said you won best booth at a women's conference, Jeffrey. That's way to go. So it was really fun. We had our podcast there, which we're doing right now here. I interviewed everybody, and so it was really fun. I even DJ'd there. Their DJ fell through, so I made a mix, and we played some Smokeahanas. And I even talked to Spoka today, and we're cleaning up some beautiful music from her to give us the ability to do some NFTs with her music and have some more pop music on. We play it from time to time. Her music's fantastic. And she coughs and smokes on, on her songs. It says, "I love my Mary Jane." So in the annals of people that have done great in the past, in your life, what are you going to do? There's a rally we had this week in my town, and I printed this up for they're considering taking down a tree art. Somebody made a giant raccoon little tree house that's not threatening anybody. It's beautiful in our town. And so I found a Julia butterfly and printed that out. And so this lady sat in a tree for, what does it say, 738 days. Okay, we sent her food up, or they did, with a pulley and a dumbbell or a dumbwaiter. And what are you going to do in your lifetime to help to get the prisoners free and the weed you smoke? So at MJ BizCon, let me read a little bit about what I wrote for the MJ BizCon, everybody, here. It says here that big announcement today. So might as well get my whistle out and give us a big announcement today. Ramaste Productions' next movie will go into fundraising and production this week. So I've decided not to sit on my duff any longer, and because 6,000 commutations meant no prisoners coming home, just for misdemeanors, and we'll take it. We'll take it, Biden, but we got to get to you. We got to get louder. So I'm going to do my job and start producing my next movie this week, okay? And that's today. So it says the name of my movie is called The Families, okay? We can do this and let Washington, D.C. administrators and administration hear us, like Prince, R.I.P., the Purple Man, Prince. Everybody know Prince, He says there's going to be a housequake, So I'm going to pump the housequake music, maybe even get license for that. If we raise enough money, we can use some Prince music, okay? And there's no representation for the prisoners, or not much, at the MJ BizCon. So what's wrong with this picture? All of the business conferences where they're making lots of money on grow ops, they're making lots of money on this op, on that op, they don't have a representation from our side, from the reform side. So I'm proposing, let's propose, this is what I wrote, not a whole little blog here, let's propose to have next installment of the series Lifers Madness. So if you go to lifersthemovie.com, everybody, you can watch my movie for free. And I've even shown it on Weed Weeds Day one time or twice. The movie, so let's propose to have the next installment in the series Lifers Madness, the movie, ready and screened for next year's MJ BizCon, and do a red carpet with all the prisoners on the red carpet, and we'll show our movie. We'll sit in their backyards with them. They'll go to Missouri. We'll go to Mississippi. We'll go to wherever they are, and we'll get enough money through this project. We'll go fly in and we'll film them. I'm a one-man show, but I want to get a youngster filmmaker to come with me. I have one here possibility, but to finance us, not to go on a shoestring anymore. There's so much money in the weed world. We're going to get a sponsor here soon. So we're looking for you. Please come to us at relief-foundation.org or lifersthemovie.com, everybody. You can start to help our funding. And then Crazy Pop Mom, who makes these beautiful trays, is going to donate some trays and help us to run our first, after all these years, our first ask for fundraising. So we're really excited about that announcement that
So
we
number
want.
one.
Wait, hang on. Let me get you big. So we want to totally infiltrate these business weed shows. There's one of her beautiful trays.
This is number one. I marked
Beautiful.
them. See, one.
Hey.
And then we've got two.
Ooh, that one's sharp. I like that one because it's black and white for me.
This seems to be everybody's favorite right now. So I just bought 9 more trays, or actually, I think it was 12. I went a little nuts. This is number 3.
Oh, that blob. That's a beauty. Yeah, I love that one.
And this is number 4.
Ah, fantastic. And are those resined?
Yeah.
Rodimus, come say hi to your resin.
Yeah, we definitely need to talk about the best price on resin, because this is going to make me broke long before I'll sell them. Just saying.
I told you there's vegan resin. Let's find it for you. Let's find it. You know.
Mine says it's vegan. Mine already says it's vegan. I just need one that actually works and is not going to cost me money and find out it doesn't work.
Well,
That's
maybe-
why I'm using this one.
Maybe you'll do the same thing as us, get a sponsor for that. So we're
Oh,
getting,
I would love a sponsor. Yeah, bring that on, because right now I just spent like $120 on trays, or something crazy like that. It's just absolutely insane. So yeah,
And what does your shirt say?
bong.
Okay, is that like when you have a rubber hammer and you hit the and you hit the
No,
cartoon, the
Beautiful
cartoon on
things
the-
like this.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to know. I wanted to show all of our people. This is our world, everybody. This is our road, our path, more traveled, less traveled, and we're really excited to have Pop Mom on the team to help us raise money, and we'll raise you some money too for helping us get prisoners out of jail. What the F, everybody?
Yeah, so the trays are for auction to do that. So the more money we bring in for the trays, the more money that goes to the prisoners and their families and stuff. So that's what I'm working towards, because like with me spending all the money on all the products that I need to make, I'm way behind in the profit margin, right? So I can't go, oh, Jeff, I'll just give you another $30, another $40 on the thing. You know what I mean? So this is my way of still doing my art, but still supporting. So let's bring in lots of money for these trades, because I want to be able to support as much as I can. And I'm doing it through the trades.
Well, I want to tell you, Crazy Bong Mom, is that we had a, we have a little eccentric town that I live in the Pacific Northwest. It's called Port Townsend. It's a wooden boat town. But they had a fundraiser one night, and I was there, and they were selling handmade blackberry pies for $5,000.
Oh my God.
So from my mouth to God's ears, that's
Yes.
a $5,000 tray.
Okay, yes, bring that on. The prisoners will be so thrilled with that.
That's a
And,
$5,000 freaking tray, and so great to hear from you. Everything else well in your world?
Oh yeah. I have to complain about the money because, my art's just so fun. And if I just keep saying it's just so much fun.
It's important. Yeah, this feels like a Women in Weeds show, but next week is Women in Weeds. So Jeannie and Kat and Crazy Pop Mom, you are welcome to come back in tomorrow, next week, for our Women in Weeds Day. So yeah, that's kind of what I had here, was to share with you that that I want to accelerate my need to speak louder. When I made my first movie, Lifers Madness, it was such a great experience, but it took me 4 or 5 years to really edit it and make it and do it. And some movies take longer, but we don't have that much time anymore. One day for somebody left in jail for pot is horribly, unbelievably, like, non-compassionate, non-righteous, I just can't imagine. When I got Michael Thompson is out now. Okay, this is me. Let me get myself bigger here. Hang on just a minute. I'll get myself bigger here. Take my little pill and make myself bigger, my cookie from Alice in Wonderland. So when let's see if I can do this here. Here we go. We're gonna go, Jeffy, make me bigger. Take that cookie. Okay. So when I went to visit with Michael Thompson, he's free now. I mean, just think, his letter that he sent me during the time he was in jail for 21 years. I went to visit him. I was one of his only visitors in 20 years. He said, imagine people staring you down from the cell outside your place that you live. And they were potheads. That was it. And they're in jail for a plan. And he says, imagine cooling your sodas in your toilet. So let's accelerate this, everybody, and bring the passion, the heart, and the Jack Herer end prohibition goodies to light. You know, we have beautiful people on our team that are actually going into the White House. So we're not just some podcast that is here and gone. We don't have thousands or millions of viewers, but we are on Roku now, everybody. We are on POD TV, and we're excited to to help the movement. It's just so important. So Solo, you're up and Adam. You got something to say to us, Solo? See if we got Solo.
Yeah, give me can I get 5 more minutes out?
Okay, when you come out, when you come out, okay. And Jeannie, tell us a little bit about your experience with the prisoners.
With the prisoners. Well, my experience with prisoners is that several years ago, I had a radio show called The Safety Meeting, and my first ever interview was with Tracy Glore Pike, and her son was not sentenced then. And then, as the show aired, he was, and he's been in prison for 10 years for having safety, for saving his life, for saving somebody else's life. Can you imagine that? Yeah, that's Lance Glore.
There he is. There's Lance.
I mean, he's a father. He's a brother. He's a son. And there's so many of them. And as a mother, I can't even put myself in the family's place, not even for 1 minute, and feel what they must be going through. Or as their child, I couldn't imagine. We must stop this, but we can. That's what I can imagine. I can't imagine stopping it. I can't imagine doing something about it. And my experience with the veterans is a lot like with the prisoners, because they suffer from the pain and the suffering of things that they can't change, of things that they feel helpless to, and things that are holding them back. And like the veterans, and like our prisoners, and like their family, they all matter, and we can do something about it. It's our superpowers. We can all utilize them and be wonderful. Isn't that wonderful?
I'm very proud of you for speaking up. I mean, you know, you're a Canon nurse too, and that's very
intern.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's a very important operation. I mean, to be able to be the Meducation.
Education is so important because it's medicine and education, and you're able to save someone's life, to change it. Why wouldn't you do that? If you can, why the hemp wouldn't you?
Amen. Well, I'm gonna give you a bicycle for that. So,
so much love. Congratulations again, Jeff.
Oh yeah. I got a little award at the Women in Cannabis, and in San Francisco. Brooke Westlake is incredible. She's supposed to come on today from MJ Biz, but maybe I sent my team out there. They're just going to record with their iPhones a few interviews, and we'll show them next week on our show. So everybody, just stay with us. We've got just a little bit over 15 minutes left. I've got about 20 minutes on the show, and we wanna go now. I'm going to share with you on our screen here. Let's get a share screen going here. I'm going to share with you what I'm talking about with the way of the world right now and what I want to do to change things. So check this out here, everybody. If we are going to MJ BizCon, their website here, can everybody see that? Can everybody see that website? Hello?
I can.
Okay, cool. All right. So we got some people
Yes.
in the audience. So, former co-founder of Cookies, they're worth quite a bit of money. Let's get them, to put some money into the next film. Let's support Cookies and support ending prohibition with them. But this is MJ BizCon, so I'm just going to share with you their agenda. That's cultivators, manufacturers, retails, hemp CD, new to the industry, Canavest. For lawyers, there may be some reform in there, networking events and affiliated events. So maybe under affiliated events, but why is there not a prisoner project right here? Why isn't 40 tons front and center with Corvain Cooper? We love you, Corvain, and we're so proud of you. So here's some of the celebrities that are going to go on this week. If you're in Las Vegas, everybody, go down to to the expo hall and go experience the MJ BizCon. Some of these people are giving some of their reasons for going, and it's an opportunity for me to stay informed. But if we're not there, which I didn't make it to because I can only do so much traveling while I'm organizing my quest for ending prohibition, then we're not being in the center of the cyclone. And sometimes I believe some of these business cons, which there's plenty of them, are incredible, but they're just reaching the choir. So that's why I'm doing my movies behind the scene, everybody, so we can get them out to the world. And then if we start to produce some revenue to make my movie with the families right now, then maybe next year we'll be at MJ BizCon with a red carpet, or we'll have a green carpet, and and it'll be great. So here's their agenda. CBD Forum, Marketing Forum, Science Symposium, Psychedelics, and MJB Association Day, First Timers, Open House, Kickoff, blah, 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 blah. So it's a 3-day event. That's a little too long for me, but it's beautiful. And so let's see, this Canavest is sold out. They're incredible, Canavest West symposium there, and they're incredible. Everybody's incredible in our industry. We just want to get in and infiltrate the business world so we can be represented at all the shows there. So they just don't forget us, because a lot of people still say, you mean there's still prisoners in jail for pot, let alone lifers? And so I'm amazed that they're still, and look, they're headlining psychedelics, but they're not headlining lifers. And so I'm going to go to the main people at some of these main shows this year with the help of a team. I'm ready for anybody who wants to join in on the team and help me to get to there, so we can go to the booth together. The 4 or 5 people in our little pod today, we can all show up together. We can get paid to do this in a creative way and not be out of pocket. by getting a sponsor that believes that the prisoners make as much sense as all these speakers, from MJ Biz. So we love you, MJ Biz. We love you, Cookies. We love all the people that are supporting the industry and trying to help to end prohibition. There's their phone numbers for us to call them this year when they're all done with their show. And it's not just another show, and it's not just another day in the life. It's time for us to infiltrate their shows. So behind the scenes, there's no shame and blame. It's just us knowing that for us to be in that big show, it's going to take a lot for them to donate a booth to us like Brooke did for me. And look, I won a freaking award, but I also gave the news from the inside and asked every woman while they were telling me about their beautiful products and their being entrepreneurs or what canapreneurs, what do they call them, Jeannie? Ganjapreneurs. Yes, that's it. So the ganjapreneurs, we're going to get to MJ Biz, but maybe with our movie, and what a beautiful idea. Everybody gets dressed up and goes to a movie with a green carpet and meets all the prisoners one night at one of their theaters there. It'd be so fun. So I'm really blessed that we're all together today. So let's get back in our little groove here. And so, Kat, come back and tell us a little bit about Mississippi.
Hey, well, yeah, Mississippi, we actually, we're just about to open our first dispensaries here. I mean, they're all in place, ready to open and waiting on product from, the first facilities that have output of product. And, the laws are a little wonky here, but we have some great people on board. There's definitely some great genetics down here and a couple of, really nice state-of-the-art facilities. I'd say there are 5 like fully vertically integrated companies that, will probably supply most of the product here, but there are several, I think in all, we only have, I want to say there are about 100 dispensaries, approximate, a little less, and they're coming online, every day or, every week. And then there are very few cultivations. There are only about 16 cultivation licenses in the state. And we have 1 testing lab as of right now. So we'll see how that works this first go round. I imagine there'll be a little bit of a bottleneck in that process. But the patients are really excited here. I believe they're over 1,200 patients already signed up, and that number grows every day. I think some of the patients are waiting to see what happens. Again, when this first product becomes available, and as soon as it does, more patients are going to come online, quickly.
So did you guys get medical? You didn't get
just medical? Yes, just medical right now, which is huge, for this state. I didn't imagine it would happen here before North Carolina, per se. A couple of other states, I actually had no idea that this one would come online first. But the legislation's been there. I've remotely from California been following all of the advocacy groups and the lobbyists and, everything for all the amendments and getting signatures and trying to get my family local and friends and people from childhood to all sign those petitions. And the first pass at the edit was not great. So now we're in a place where it's doable and everyone's functioning and, the labs are in place. And as far as not just cultivations, but, every license, they're obviously license holders. We have 6 in the state. And then we have micro licenses available for locals that are 100% owned by Mississippi residents that have lived here at least 3 years. So that's an opportunity for some of the local people to take advantage of, the less expensive license.
When you went legal, did that do anything for the prisoners?
Well, I mean, there's definitely a large group here that just started doing all the expungement classes and different things. So there are definitely two, I want to say two expungement advocacy groups here working pretty hard right now,
Well,
helping people through that process. Yeah.
when I was reading your bio, you were in film for a little while. What about
Oh, I still am. I still am.
what about jumping on board with our project? We would love to have you.
Well, I'd love to hear more about it. You know, I still do a lot of line producing and line bidding commercials and music videos and shorts and docs and things like that wherever I am. That's a 20-year career, but I will say that because of my cannabis convictions in California, that was what thwarted me back into production because I had to get a legal paycheck for a while. And so it thwarted me back into it. And I really did every single step on the producing side. And I'd worked in film and television when I was young in the AD department, but this became a different animal. And so, yeah, so I am now a full-time, producer remotely. I still take those jobs, but I've been solely focused on being back 100% in cannabis world.
Wouldn't you like to work on a Tommy Chong project with me? He's in my first movie. He's in my first movie.
No, that's great. I helped create his brand, Chong's Choice. His first brand, and the launch for that was through one of my directors, actually, out of LA, who helped me with the cannabis project back in 2013-14. We were building out the first cannabis town in Colorado called Stoner, Colorado. It was an actual town. And I knew the guy that bought it. And some guys gave me 80 grand to throw at it to do a, sizzle reel and bring a team out from LA, a small team, to shoot it and the building out of the town and the story of it. And I shopped to 5 of the major networks. I was in all of the meetings, the pitch meetings. It was the first time I've done that. And it was quite an experience. For 4 of them, it was the first cannabis pitches they had ever sat down for and actually done. And that was at A&E and Discovery and MTV at the time. Actually, we were going to do a Stoner University show. So anyway, yeah, that was something that happened years ago and was involved in it. It was fun because it was sort of a merge of the two worlds,
I can't wait to go back channel with you, and off screen get into some trouble with you. It sounds fantastic.
Yay!
My family's from television also. And do we have Rodimus? Rodimus, are you back? I'm not sure if Rodimus is back. He went to grab a phone call. But anyways, Rodimus is also from television in the old days. So it's really fantastic to have you, Kat, for the I think this is your Virgin show with Weeds Day.
Yeah, it is for sure. It's the first time.
So we're really blessed to have you. And going around the horn, we're going to bring everybody up here. Let's see if we can, because we just have about 10 more minutes left here. Jeannie, put your mic on and give us your final words, Jeannie.
My final words. Congratulations once again to Jeff Rush. So amazing. Hemp, hooray, Jeff. And to everyone in the room, so much love, and to everyone out there, use your superpowers. Do all you can, because every family matters, and every plant prisoner's lives matters too.
That's so beautiful. I'm so proud to have my team going today. And Crazy Pop Mom, give us your final words.
I heard from a little birdie that one of my trays is going to bring in $5 grand to get the prisoners free. So, I was stoked about that, little birdie.
I told you blackberry pies were being auctioned to people with deep pockets. And
these are gorgeous. So,
Yeah. Well, a Rolex watch costs more than a car, and it's just that big, you know. It's like,
We were just talking about that the other day, watches and how expensive they are. And I'm like, just because they got some diamonds in it and somebody's name on them. I'm like, Crazy Pop Mom. Yeah, there we go. I want Crazy Pop Mom watches that are worth like thousands of dollars. Like, it
well,
just sounds
again,
crazy.
it's not about the dough, it's about the go, you know. And if we can grow and go our projects to Senor Biden to release all the prisoners, then we're going to win because he promised. And it's been 2 years since he's been in, and he did a little
Yeah.
bit for us, and we're not going to shame him for that. No way. But the bottom line is, we still got Lance in. There's a Lance Glore photo, and we still have other people inside that we're wanting to bring home. So
Yeah.
every Weeds Day, everybody.
We're really excited with what we thought he was doing. So if we could just get him to finish what we all thought he was doing, this would be brilliant. So yes, let's do that.
I think our next film can put the stamp on it. The families, when we go talk to the families, and they have told me, the children and the wives have told me, when you put my daddy in jail, you put the family in jail.
Absolutely.
I mean, 30 years for pot. I mean, come on. No pizza, no going to the movies or shopping or whatever, Amazon or a cell phone, whatever. 30 years in jail for pot. I mean,
Well, and they're without their medicine. This is why we all smoke. There's a reason why we smoke. It does something to help us with this, that, or the other thing. A lot of us got ADHD now and all this stuff, like all these letters, it's helping us. So they're in there unmedicated, or they're full of crappy pills, which again, they're still unmedicated. In my brain, they're still unmedicated. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, it's not there.
Plus, they're all
And ju-
in with each other, so it's like they can't even get away from like the distancing thing. They can't do anything. You know, they're helpless. And for what? You know, it's outrage. And if you feel like we do, then do something about it, please. That's what we're saying. Imagine doing something about it.
yep. Relief
just
Foundation.
to piggyback on that. Sorry, I just wanted to piggyback on that. That
Oh,
also
okay. Yeah.
the people that had to do 3 or 4 years of probation for cannabis, peeing in a cup, that got lucky, like myself. I only spent 3 months in LA County on $1 million bail with no bond, and had 4 bail reduction hearings to get it. But my right to medicate was taken away for those years, all of those years. And if I tested positive, I would do a minimum of a 2 to 5 year prison sentence right away. One positive test. So for the people that also, were, suffering, not being able to medicate, that are part of social equity as well, just because of that, and because of the, monies and what it did to the families and all of that. So it really trickles down as well, not just the prisoners, and they're the main focus because their freedom is taken away completely. But is a really important part. So just to throw that in, just to, piggyback on that.
It's important for us to speak up, speak out, and go within and put ourselves in the shoes of other humans when they're going through cancer, when they're going through COVID, when they're in jail for nonviolence. So I'm really blessed to be part of this movement. I say it every week, I say 3, 2, 1, which is well, here, this is an opportunity for us to have our little shot here. Everybody hold up 3. Hold up 3 towards you. There you go. Okay, cool. Okay, I got my smile on there. So it's important for us to, 3, 2, 1. That's 3 weed, that's 2 peace, and that's F Schedule 1. So that's my final words, everybody. So, Kat, any final words before we get a final quote from Solo? You with us, Kat?
I am. And I just wanted to say thank you for having me here, and blessed to be a part of the group and to hear all you guys and meet all you guys and see some cool faces and feel the good energy. So for inviting me.
Any
Jeff.
final words to the prisoners?
Just to just to hold on tight and know that they have people out here working hard for them. And we're going to do what we can on every level to help bring peace to their families and justice to themselves and to their families, friends, and anyone that was affected by their incarcerations.
Well, Kat, I look forward to having you on. You're welcome to come on next week to meet all the women in Weeds Day for women every third Weeds Day, and for us to get in some trouble to help to produce my next series of film here. And maybe we'll get Tommy on soon. He was in Greece traveling with his wife. You know, Tommy's 85 this year, and he just turned 85. So let's play with our elders as quickly as we can. Willie Nelson is, for gosh sakes, everybody, Willie is 89. You know, and that's time to where, you know, people are slowing down, but because they're using cannabinoids, these freaking elders on our team are incredible. You can't even keep up with Tommy, let alone Willie. He's touring still, you know, and so we're going to do the best we can to infiltrate the show next year at MJ BizCon. Thank you, MJ BizCon, for going on right now as we speak. We didn't get anybody today, everybody, off the floor there. We were going to see if I can get myself here. Let's go back here and let's go pin. So there we go. So we totally we're going to have people at MJ BizCon come on today and do a live chat, but maybe they're out there doing it, because I told them if you can't come on, at least take your iPhone out and interview a few people there, and let's see some MJ BizCon next week and all the shows. I'm going to try to make it to the Emerald Cup, which is on the West Coast in December. I'm going down to visit my sister and family. New baby River, he's like 1.5 now, just toddling around. He plays drums. River plays the drums, my great nephew. And so thank you, River, for playing drums and being an awesome new soul on the planet. And don't smoke pot till you're of age. And but just know that cannabinoids are beautiful. They are helping Tommy and Willie Nelson to be alive longer. I mean, Tommy had cancer, and they were, you know, doing the incredible cannabinoid features with Tommy to help him in his method. You know, I have so many friends right now that are actually stuck in cancer, and they don't want to hear it from me, you know. So let's stay in our own lane and prove to everybody that this is medicine and that it's time to let our prisoners out through film. That's my lane. So I'm going to stay on Weeds Day, everybody, with my lane. Thank you, Grasshopper. Breezy, come on in and give us our final quote of the day, please.
Well, first off, before I say anything, I want to introduce myself for the last hour. My name is Silver Breezy. Thank you, Uncle Jeff, for having me on the show. I love you. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm a cannabis activist, newly cannabis activist, thanks to Uncle Jeff. And also, I'm a cannabis graduate looking for work in the cannabis industry. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I work an 8-hour shift every day washing dishes. And then I walk home an hour and 15 minutes to work and back from work. And you know what? I dedicate myself every day to those prisoners because I'm in a state, Pennsylvania, where it's medicated. So I can't really smoke in this state. So I'm dedicating my life to everyone else to have a better life for the future while I look for the work job in the cannabis industry, whatever it is. So I stay ready. But when you're out here in the real world, whether you're online or in the streets, in your community, wherever you're at, there are a lot of people misinformed and miseducated about cannabis. I get told all the time that I'm going to be a drug dealer. I get told all the time I'm not educated. I get told all the time while I'm washing dishes, I don't know how to wash dishes. So all I have to say is I'm in the right spot, in the right place with these people. The cannabis community, the cannabis industry is two different things. I love the community more than I love the industry. I get on here every Wednesday asking for work, not begging for money or anything like that, because the reason I get into the cannabis industry everybody wins in this room. I tell everybody's stories through me. So I just want to say to the prisoners, I'm out here advocating, fighting, doing whatever I can to free you guys. And I love weed, and I love the people, and I love what it brings. And this is me, Silver Breezy.
You know, Solo, I watched Prince on the BET Awards last night. There wasn't a white man in the house, and I want to put what you just said, you know, right next to Prince after that, on that video, you saying that I'm honored to be who I am. I'm honored to walk my walk. And especially as a, you know, as an elder, I have a little line that I have in Facebook. I always say, Jeffy Fresh approves this message. So I'm glad to have you every week. Give us your final quote, please.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I was speaking angry. I've had a very, very stressful, cool day.
We love you, man. We're happy you're not at work right now. Yeah.
Oh, man. Just try washing dishes with people, man. It's cool. Anyway, guys, the quote for today, I got two different ones to close out the show. Our fate is determined by how far we are prepared to push ourselves to stay alive. The decisions we make to survive. That's the first quote. Second quote. Do just once what others say you can't do, and you will never pay attention to their limitations again.
Ham Pam Hooray. I love that. I love that we have our quotester. I'm the Jeffster. We got the quotester, you know. We have the Catster. We have Grasshopster. And we have Crazy Pop Momster and Canon Nurster. And so I'm going to roll us out of here, everybody. Please join us, ladies. And you can come on to Solo. It's always fun to have a room full of ladies. We kind of got one today. For next week, it's Women in Weed. Oh, wait, here. Let me do something magical here. I can make my poster bigger here.
Oh, real quick, I just want to give a shout out. I'm still thinking about you, BG, Brittany Griner over in Russia. So shout out to you, lady. I love you so much. BG all day.
BG all day. Yeah, what the hell? They sent her out to like Siberia to another place, and she's, you know, she's a athlete, and she, no matter what happened, I mean, that, you know, marijuana's medicine, everybody. Who cares that it was in her suitcase, you know, and she uses it for pain, you know. My back hurts right now. Maybe I need some salve on it. You know, I put it on my heel, the green salve, and it healed my heel this week. And so just get it on, everybody. Let's get it on. So I'm going to roll us out of here, everybody. And here's a screen share. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. And Kat, we're coming for you. Grasshopper, we're coming for you. Crazy Pop Mom, we're coming for you. Mommy, Nurse, we are coming for you. Natasha, we love you. Thanks for coming and having great sound today. So here we go. It's been a great day, great week. And MJ BizCon, we love you too. We're coming for you. We're going to infiltrate all the BizCons and with the Prisoner Project. So let's go right here and let's go boom and go. Here we go. Episode 129. Can you believe it, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen with Weeds Day. Let's free all the prisoners together. Hello, everybody. Today we're going to also be live from MJ BizCon. We have a few people on the floor there in Vegas. It's one of the biggest shows, but frankly, not a lot of freeing the prisoners and prison reform. So we're going to try to remedy that today with a great announcement of my new movie that we're going to be casting soon with all the prisoners and their families. So look out for us, and we love you all so much for being supportive to Weeds Day always. You can donate to us at relief foundation.org, and that would be great. RELEAF, and love and light, everybody. Okay, thanks so much for joining us today on Weed Weeds Day. Happy Parade. That's all she wrote, everybody. Love you so much, and I can't wait to see everybody walking home free. It's going to be such a incredible party, and let's see if I can get the poster out of the way here. Boom, and you can see me there. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you, Pop Mom. Give me a shout later. We'll talk about doing our incredible fundraiser for both of us, and Grasshopper, we're glad to have you with us, and if you're still there or not, and be safe, everybody, on your journey through life, and remember, imagine peace. Jeff Eichen, 3, 2, 1, love you. Good night, everybody, and God bless you all. Pem Pem Parade. Parade.